Performance again by D. Right on. Donovan John's with me. How are you today, sir?
Doing awesome.
The beard is looking tame.
Thank you.
We like that. We have that product we got to talk about.
Yeah.
DJ Everett in the house tonight. Thank you, DJ, very much for coming. We sure appreciate you. Heck of a weekend, huh?
Yeah. I just drove in from Twin Falls. I had some rear end work being done.
What did you sniff for?
I heard he had
What else did you do?
What? I heard he had 7.5 inches.
Wow, bragger.
So anyway,
that was a 7.5-inch Chevrolet rear end.
Yeah. Yes.
Well,
that's
congratulations.
Work from on my race vehicle.
Yeah. Interesting though that you were actually in Mountain Home 45 minutes ago and made it here.
Right.
So the nitrous works well in your daily driver.
It ran smooth at 95 miles an hour after I got done getting off the phone with Donovan, saying, hey, get your boat over here. So
I usually run away when he says something.
Those Honda minivans really do well at
those
over 90. They run okay up to 90. After that, smooth sailing.
Right.
Here we go.
So, my Sienna does 110 real nice.
Fantastic. So I can't check to see that we're working, but let's assume that we're working fine tonight.
I say we're working.
Good. You notice I'm finally representing the product I actually sell. I've got royal purple on tonight.
Nice.
You like that?
Looks good on you.
Well, I'm a good-looking human. I make the shirt look. No, I'm just kidding. But hey, what happened in racing this weekend? Before we get on to my body, let's talk about racing.
Well, we talk about Meridian Speedway, but let's talk about the national stuff that we usually like to talk about: NASCAR, Formula One, all that stuff. Not much going on because it's Father's Day weekend, but.
Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day.
Hey, Father's Day, everybody. Knuckle up.
Yeah, Father's Day.
Wait, knuckle to everybody out there. Knuckle.
Yeah.
Knuckle.
Yep.
There you go.
Should we give all the fathers a clap?
Give them a clap.
You
all have a clap.
Some let me have the clap already. Anyway. My favorite move of the weekend thus far, even though the weekend's not over with, did you see the move that Noah Gragson pulled at Iowa Speedway yesterday?
I have not yet seen
the
it.
Camping World Truck Series race.
He decided the right side of his truck was sacrificial.
He sent it. Okay.
On the bottom.
So, he last lap dive bomb move on Brett Moffitt going into turn 3. Slide job, whatever you want to call it. Right. He was hoping it was going to stick.
It does.
Unfortunately, Brett Moffitt was the last person laughing at that one because he did the crossover move and passed it back and got him at the line. So
Noah repainted the wall black.
Yeah,
with his Goodyears.
But I've got to give Noah credit for that. I mean, as if I was Kyle Busch watching that, I would say, you know what, that's my boy.
Right.
Okay. If he didn't pull that move at all, I would have been.
You have to try last lap. You always have to throw it in.
Yeah. So I was pretty proud of Noah for that one.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw only the highlights, NASCAR, whatever it's called. I only watched the highlights. This weekend there wasn't any Cup race, which was nice to see that they didn't all invade.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
Was this Xfinity?
Xfinity was today. I don't know what's going on there, but
Justin Allgaier won.
Okay,
I heard it on the way over here. But I do know that Kyle Larson won a dirt race in Ohio Sprint Car Weeks. That's important.
Oh yeah, the All-Star sprints. Their speed weeks.
Yeah, Kyle Larson actually passed the Buckeye Bullet himself,
Dave Blaney
to win with 10 laps to go. I saw that on Twitter and went back and watched that. So, I'm here to tell you, if some network got behind a World of Outlaws or an All-Star Circuit race and had it on every Friday night, it would be huge if they just did a dirt track sprint car race.
Yep.
So what happened in Meridian?
At Meridian. Okay.
We were there, all three of us.
Yeah, we were.
Hell of a night of race.
I was hiding from you guys.
Yeah, we were hiding from you too. So
that's good. That's a good thing. So let's talk about. Let's kick things off with Domino's Legends. Same old story. Ethan Jones, 6th win of the year.
Kid's good.
In the Domino's Legends. Feel like a beast.
Yeah.
He drives the wheels off him.
The Invader, Caden Anderson, finished 2nd. He kind of kept Ethan right there in the crosshairs, but just couldn't mount any challenge.
From Yakima, right? Coming down to preview the show for the July 4th. And I think they were leaving their stuff here or something for that big regional event.
Yep. So Ethan Jones picking up his 6th win of the year at Meridian.
Yeah.
And
from fast time, too.
Yep.
Was he fast time?
No, actually, Trevor
was
faster. Yeah, Trevor. Doing a seance? Doing a seance here? Or
I think we were bumping the camera there.
Oh, okay. Moving the studio.
I was looking over.
Earthquake in Mom's basement.
Mom! No, I ain't going there. I ain't going there. I got trouble last week.
And Katie Miller finished out the top 3.
Yeah, she drove a heck of a race. The last restart, she came from about I think the back row, real close to it on the breakdown from the cone. And Katie made a hell of a move on the outside and dove in front of Donovan Barr to get back up there in front and run third.
Yeah, Barr, I guess he put it in the wall in practice.
Yeah.
So he went from being stupid fast to, oh, look, we're here.
Yeah.
Good family there.
Yeah. So once again, Dunham's Legends going to be having their regional races coming up here pretty soon.
Yeah, don't they do Magic Valley on the 3rd and here on the 4th or something?
Pretty close. Maybe might be either back to back or maybe a day that separates 2 of them. But yeah, they're gearing up for some big races coming up here pretty soon.
Yeah, so that's going to be a big deal. I love watching the Legends at Meridian. It's about the perfect size track for them. Magic Valley would be incredible too. It's kind of like the Pro 4s. Mm-hmm. You get too big of a track, they're not as fun. But with the size of these 2 tracks, I think that works really well for them. They should get 30 cars here for that.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
So Donovan's doing some kind of work there. Okay. We could do without Donovan anyway,
Who? Never heard of her.
Moving on to the Project Filter Pro 4s.
Yeah.
That was interesting there. Of course, Kenny Chandler was fast time earlier in the night. Brendan Fries picked up his 2nd win in a row.
Right.
But that wasn't the whole story.
No, there was a lot of story there.
Kenny Chandler was running away with it. And don't know what you guys heard.
Blown oil.
I heard it firsthand in the pit area. Wes Summers was leaking oil for about 2 or 3 laps. Kenny thought that he had a tire going down when he got into the oil. He said the car wasn't turning. That's the reason why he pulled him in the pit area. He said the car wasn't turning.
Oh, wow.
I'm not sure if he said it was a flat tire or whatever, but he said the car wasn't turning. So he thought there was something wrong with his car when he was actually getting into Wes's oil.
So Wes was dropping the oil.
Wes was dropping the oil.
Oh, no.
Wow.
Yeah.
We all thought Kenny lost it.
No. Wes came in the pit area, and I went up to Wes's car, and sure enough, it was just flowing out of there. But Kenny didn't realize he was getting in Wes's oil, so he thought there was a problem with the car. That's the reason why he pulled in the pit area.
Wow.
And came back out, restart with 8 laps to go.
Got boxed a bit.
Boxed in. A couple times he got boxed in. If it wasn't for that, I thought he would be able to come back up through the field and pass them all back.
Where did he end up in 3rd or 4th?
3rd, 4th.
4th, place.
Yeah, he was coming up. When he got stuck behind
there was Alex
04 and
Rob Taylor was in the 04.
Right.
Alex was there.
Dude, I had a couple of really good challenges.
Yeah. But he got boxed up a couple times.
That car flies.
Man.
A 13.6, a 13.5 in qualifying.
Right.
I ran that class, right? And we had the 10-inch wide tire, the stickier Hoosier, and I think 13.75 was our record. And they're now on the 700 series, which is a harder compound and narrower tire, and they're faster. So tip your hat to the Chandlers and pushing the envelope. The innovation's always there. That is Honda F20 motor in that thing. And I know who started those and who built those. Was and speaking of Father's Day, it was Garrett Doyle, and he's like a dad to me.
Right.
And that a lot of motor in those things.
Yeah. Excuse me. So Brendan Fries, he was a benefactor out of all that. And he picked up his second.
Consistent, didn't make any mistakes, and went right up the front.
Jordan Harris, once again, he finished second. He
kid can drive. Yeah.
Top 3 driver every single race I've seen so far. And Brian Bailey finished 3rd. Kenny Chandler talked to him after the race, and he said that he threw that one away. He felt bad.
You have to check after some of the races he's had already this year. He's lost at least 1 motor.
Yeah.
Earlier this season. If you think you're losing another one, man, you gotta protect the equipment. That gets expensive real fast.
Yeah. That's true. So, pretty exciting night there for the Project Filter Pro 4s last night. Congratulations to Brendan.
The car count keeps going up. Pro 4s are cyclical. They go real heavy and then they come down. It's like modifieds. Mm-hmm. And it's nice to see them back on the rebound. Ken has a lot to do with that. Ken, Brian Bailey.
And I think we talked when last time I was on your show about 3 weeks ago. We talked about Brendan Fries. He was having problems with his car. And we knew he was going to be able to turn it around sometime. And sure enough, he's got it turned around now. So good to see him back in victory lane once again.
I'm excited to see at least the 2 of them, Chandler and Fries, run competitively again. A couple years ago when they had the wings on and everything else, and the sail panels, they were neck and neck every race. And then lately it's been Chandler. Now Fries has gotten that car a little more cornering. He's got a little more to work on it, but that'll be a fun.
Kenny's pretty happy with this car this year, though. He says it's about as good of a car he's ever had. Yeah. So he's got that thing flying right now. He's going to be tough to beat.
He definitely rolls for the corners better than anybody else out there.
Yeah. Yep.
What happens in other classes?
Core Super Stocks.
Wow. Fun racing.
Josh Jackson picking up the win last night. Got to give a hats off to Tommy Harrod, who finished second.
That car's gotten so much better this year.
Yeah. I was in the pit area last night, as I said before, in the heat race. I was talking to Tommy. He said the other thing's not turning, blah, 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 blah. He says, okay, I'm going to do a quick adjustment. And the thing came to life in the main event.
Yeah.
And he finished second. And,
and ran competitive through the field. I mean, he was making good outside passes the whole night.
Yeah. And for a Hornet driver, he is really
and a sprint car driver.
Them Hornet drivers. No, he's really becoming really comfortable in the super stocks.
how much wild turkey did you put in there?
Well, I got some Coke to put in it once I could drink it down a little bit. I could light this on fire. Just letting you know.
I mean, I put like 3 fingers into mine, and I can smell yours over mine.
Well, you're talking about your drink, right?
Right. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Well,
anyway,
isn't that special?
You want to tune in the last hour of the show, trust me. Right now, I'll have this down.
Fun mess down there.
Oh boy,
awesome. Super stocks. Let's talk about Melissa Weaver or Melissa Artie. Melissa Weaver.
The
Artie.
92 car.
The 90. Holy cow! She had a battle on her hands. She was outside. I can't remember who it was. The old one. She was outside of somebody for about 20 laps during that race.
Yeah, she was outside of a lot of guys.
Totally. She was battling her butt off, and where we sat, we could see her wheeling the crap out of that car.
She was fighting it right,
and she was driving it hard. She's driving hard, and Melissa's a very, very good race car driver. So,
absolutely,
watching her drive it that hard, the competition's up there.
Right? Yep. Speaking of Pat Tilley, he finished third last night. That rounded up the top 3. Melissa was able to scrape up a 4th place finish last night. So she's got a little bit of a battle on her hands with that car right now. It's not wanting to be nice to her.
She was so close to the outside wall on a couple occasions.
Yeah.
Just Melissa's experience and so forth was keeping that car. That's how she finished 4th instead of 6th or 7th.
Right.
Was her talent. So,
right.
Yeah.
Exactly. But hats off to Josh Jackson once again. 150% in a car.
In that
fantastic.
I have a love-hate relationship with people who do wild and crazy things in a stock class, but the body he's got on that thing,
he's the original outlaw.
Yeah,
he's the man.
He definitely stands out. That's for sure.
You make a rule book, I'll screw with it. I love Josh.
I will massage.
He's one of my favorite people I know. He's got the pizza pie haircut working. He's got a little bit of Lloyd's Christmas in him, but he's a driving machine. And I don't know anybody works harder on their stuff.
Yeah,
than him and Richard, his dad. They work hard.
He works 110% on the car, and he drives 110%. So you got to love a guy that's like that. So
just barreling that boat through that field.
Oh man,
that's so cool to watch.
But great field of cars too.
Yeah.
Gil Tully had a great run. Gil Tully, Gil Carter. Gil Tully was a man too. Yeah, that's Pat Tully's dad. Gil Carter had a heck of a run.
Yeah. And now the one-eyed bandit. He lost a headlight graphic on there.
Oh, okay.
And Chuck Youngblood actually came in 5th, another Hornet
guy
driver.
stepping up. And that's as we talked about last week with feeder series series S apostrophe. Quite a few of the younger talent coming up, and of course with these guys with Stacey.
Heath.
Monica Heath.
Yeah.
And Tommy and a handful of other guys who are coming up out of the Hornet series and actually coming into the Claimer stocks, super stocks, the non-wings.
Super Sixes.
Super Sixes. Yeah. A couple of guys come up in that as well. It's really fun having watched the last 8-10 years at Meridian, watching these guys stepping up. And that's just good plug for what we're doing there at Meridian. Good job, Adam.
We need to get the next crop into Hornets, though. We need to get the next crop going.
Right.
Yeah.
Got to reload.
Nah, just making mini stalkers.
I got to reload them too.
Right.
We got to reload.
Just keep reloading there, buddy.
Yeah, I don't need any more. I'm thinking I won't finish that.
Unfortunately, I missed the Junior Stinger main event last night. But Cody Castercone doing a great job this year. I talked to his dad. I talked to his dad earlier in the night, Anthony, and he's just having a ball right now.
Yeah, he sat down with us over in turn 3 after the race, and Junior shot it, and it was. Man, that kid is sailing that car, and they've got it dialed in. So, which is Luke in the 22? Is it Luke or Lucas? Anyway, the other car. Man, he's
Logan.
Logan.
Yeah.
He's having a rough couple of weeks in the 22. He can't find a break. He's found a lot of bumpers, but he can't find a break.
Oh, they tore him up. They tore him up last night.
Yeah, they did. You know, in some ways, that class scares me. I just watch these. I mean, these kids, they go out there and they're fearless,
right?
You know, and
it's both impressive at the same time, and this is one of my personal issues with the Hornets, and with the kids in the Hornets is the lack of coaching in driver etiquette because it's not enforced. So if you're going to have that, make them mini stock lights, don't make them Hornets.
Right.
Just so that we can enforce and teach them what a line is and all that kind of fun stuff. But other than that, man, the junior stingers, those, I think all of them out there just have cojones.
Oh, yeah. There was one car that had too much. Yeah, I don't know if it was a boy or girl, so I'm not going to say anymore. But, they just need a little. They need a little bit of it. But fun class. I can't wait till you get to the class I want to talk about. I'm just sitting over here anxious.
Well, not done yet. So Hannah Scott finished second.
Yeah,
part of the Brian Hyde family there, and Jody Moen, finished third. So doing a great job.
I do like the junior stringers is like what 75% female drivers right now.
Perfect.
Pretty close.
Isn't that just crazy?
Yeah, Hannah Scott, Jessica Harris. Yeah.
Bailey, Phenopoulos.
Yeah, Bailey.
The young lady who wrecked her car a couple weeks Thursday in practice. I can't remember her name after the Purple 7 car.
Yeah.
Shannon something.
Yeah. There's like 7 of them.
There's
it's the Royal Purple Modified Series has had 4 lady drivers in its series history. And 1 main event winner, Rosalie Weller. So yeah, absolutely. It's neat that we don't have to think about that anymore.
Right.
I think that's cool.
And it also makes you kind of miss Sarah Henry, the other lady driver who's in the sprint cars as well.
Sierra Jackson.
Yep.
Yeah.
She just wrecked really bad.
Yeah, terrible. We talked about it last week. Terrible.
Yeah, exactly.
So Hannah Newhouse.
Hannah Newhouse.
Yeah. Hannah Newhouse, absolutely. And
so
Melissa, of course. Melissa's, a legend. So
yeah, Melissa,
just like you.
Who was the first lady to ever drive with the men? I know the answer.
The first lady to ever drive.
First lady to ever take competitive laps with the men at Meridian Speedway.
Oh, I'm Meridian. Track's been around since what, 1951?
Yeah.
She gave birth to me 50 years ago. My mother, Susan Labrani.
Really?
Yep.
That's
true story.
Pretty awesome.
I still got the
newspaper
articles. She drove my dad's old whatever stock, and she was scared to death. My dad made her do it, and she didn't like it. But she ran a couple races, crashed it, and then gave it up.
There you go.
All right. Excellent. Right. So moving on, pitstopusa.com modifieds. They had double mains last night.
Yep. Great show.
Man.
Yeah.
The first main, it was terrible seeing Jonathan get tore up. Him and Casey were battling real hard there. I don't know really what happened. I know that Jonathan had his hands full on the outside, but he was given room on the bottom. And I think a racing deal happened more than anything there. I think that really is what happened. And knowing both those drivers, nothing was intentional. Of course, nobody would want to intentionally wreck anybody, especially not.
It looked unintentional, but if you ask Jonathan Hull back there in the pit area,
well, I imagine there were some hard feelings.
Well, of course.
But it's a tight little place,
right? And hell of a hit.
It was really hard hit on the car, and I felt terrible for Jonathan. I know how hard he works, and he's a good driver, and he's a good kid. And I felt terrible for that. Wyatt King got tore up in that red. Just that car got hammered, and they just got that car working good.
It looked like he took I hope he's feeling okay today. I know
he went off on the double hook last night. That's how bad it was torn up. So
the car went up in the air real high and came down hard. Very similar to what happened to Matt Hine in the sprint car last year at Diamond Cup on Friday night. It went up in the air and came down hard. And I was hoping Wyatt was okay. Wyatt's a tough kid. We, raced go-karts with him and stuff, and I know how strong that kid is. And him and his dad had spent a lot of time with a lot of help in the last 3-4 weeks getting that car close, and it was pretty close. And I was proud of the way they were running up till the wreck. So I felt bad for them.
But Colton Nelson was the victor in that first main event. As always, looking really good in that car. Larry Hull finished second.
Larry was right on him. I don't know how hard Colton was running, but Larry was
on him.
Larry was wheeling that ride.
I tell you who was wheeling it. Third place, Brian Wharf. He was coming.
Oh, yeah.
He was coming.
Well,
after the wreck.
He
went to the pits, remember?
Right. And
he
was
the right rear corner panel or left rear corner panel.
Yeah, that's where Wyatt launched.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, another maybe 7 or 8 laps. I think Brian could have gotten by both of them. I was watching the lap times, and Brian was about 0.3 of a second quicker.
His dad, Lemoyne Wharf, is in the Hall of Fame for a reason. We voted him in unanimously nearly, and one of the reasons why is his innovation and his thought process. That class does not allow what we use in the Royal Purple Series, which is a bump stop shock absorber. It gets the car real stable, and it's easy to tune, makes the driver feel real comfortable with the car. So since they don't allow it, Lemoyne did something completely different. He coil bound the car. So the car is actually coil bound, and it sits on the springs. It's not a bump stop shock absorber, perfectly legal, but it works exactly the same. It's what Winston Cup did 15 years ago when they didn't allow bumps or anything like that.
Right.
And Moyne's just thinking outside the box, and I just sit there and giggle. Plus, this is the first race for the new motor. They finally got their new motor in. They've been running a crate engine, just a 602 crate engine with 300 horsepower. So and they finally got their better engine package back and put it in this week. And Brian Wharf can flat drive a race car.
I will happily tell you.
You've seen him what he can do in a wing sprint car. He actually gave late models a try there for a little while too.
Oh no, he was one of the all-time winning drivers in the Rocky Mountain Challenge Series behind David Miniger and Zan Sharp.
Yeah.
If Brian kept going with the late models, he would have been right with them the whole time.
Yeah, that's a race driver right there.
Oh yeah. If I've told Moyne 1,000 times, I hit the lottery and I'm a multimillionaire. Me and Brian and you, and we're going NASCAR somewhere.
Right.
When you can move from different disciplines of racing like that and be successful in pretty much all of them, that's just, unbelievable. So speaking of Brian, in the second main event, he ran away with it. And won the second main event. Colton Nelson was second, and Larry Holt came in third. Keaton Strobel.
We got about 3 minutes to talk about the class I'm wanting to talk about, and then we're going to go to our special guest.
Real quick.
What?
No, they didn't do anything.
We ain't talking about claimers. No.
Teleperformance claimers.
Double
main events last night as well. Pat Tully was the victor in the first main event.
Yes.
Josh Finopoulos and Taylor Achapinti was your top three in the first main event. Second main event, Dan Lowther picked up the main event. Good to see him come back to town. From living in Oregon, I guess that's what it is. Taylor Achapinti and Kendra Achapinti.
Yes, Taylor was fast time. He made a lot of points last night, and he was coming. He was coming on Tully, and he was coming on Lowther. He needed another lap or so, and he'd been on Lowther. He tried real hard that last lap to get in there and give him a shot and try to get by him, but hats off to the kid. He's driving the tail off that car right now.
I had a front row seat to Dakota Allen's accident on the back straightaway last night.
That was
that little Firebird, the Thunder. What they call that thing? The Thunderbird. They have a name for that. Thunder Chicken or something.
I saw it. It was one of my favorite cars when Adam picked it up a couple of years ago. That paint skin. It's not quite so pretty anymore.
Not right now, anyway. And he tilted that backstretch pole. By
I don't know if you guys, anybody here who's not watching, but we have the light poles and the fence poles going down the backstretch.
The flag poles. They hold the flags up.
Yep. And man, I don't know how it started, who he connected with.
Well, I don't know. I mean, from what I looked, they came out the turn two. I'm not sure we made contact with anybody. But
three wide for like 2 laps.
He was tank slapping it down the back straightaway. Yeah, he was trying to catch it.
He was trying to every time.
Yeah, he was trying to catch it. Wasn't able to catch it. Ran up the wall, and the car got airborne.
It looked like he either tried to oversave it on the rebound, or if he did actually connect with the guy on his inside. But
the truck.
I
hit the truck and came
Ford,
back.
It looked like he either tail slapped into the truck, but all of a sudden, because he rocketed into the wall,
he got airborne.
And just, oh man, the rear of that car had to be 10, 12 feet up in the air.
Oh yeah,
into the fence, into the the flagpole, bent the whole flagpole. Right in front of the bleachers in the pits where the drivers.
So our friends watching from Salt Lake and Twin Falls, if it wasn't for that first row of fence, this car would have been in the pits.
Oh yeah, he would have been right where all of the mini stock row, the Tiki Hut, that would have been full of a Firebird.
Right. And thank God
he walked away from it.
Yeah.
So. Don, Alan, Adam. Don's not with Highway 16 anymore, but those guys put the money into the facility so that we have safety, and they kept the car on the racetrack. So thanks, my friends.
There's a whole lot of race car coming real fast into that crowd of folk.
The rear end was sitting at about a 16 to 18 degree list in the back of that Firebird. And I know those parts you can't just go get.
Yeah. So
sad day. Sad day.
So that's our wrap for the night at Meridian last night.
Are we ready for our guest?
No, we're not. You can't.
Well, we're not ready for our guest. Well, let's get our sound engineer. Mr. Engineer, sound engineer guy, Mr. Producer, can you get our first guest, our only guest on the air?
I'm gonna call him real quick here.
Oh, that's you. That's right. So, real quick, while we're waiting for that, Rocky Mountain Raceways had 23 modifieds come on last night for a special event, 2,000 to win, a little survival of the fittest kind of race where they eliminated some of the cars each time that they had a yellow at every 10 lap deal. And a bunch of great guys that are friends of mine down there. I got to give a huge shout out. Let's give the clap. 1, 2, 3. To Lynn Hardy, who ran last week with us at Diamond Cup. He actually won the big event down there at Rocky Mountain Raceways in his own car. And Jim Waters was fast time. Our buddy Zach Webster ran 4th. Tyler Whetstone, another buddy of ours, ran 3rd and did real well. And Jim Waters got 2nd. So, good group down there. I guess it was a real clean race, no carnage. And that's the way we like to see it. Yeah. Modified's very healthy. 23 cars down there in their last year. I know the guys are all wanting to win that championship. I believe Zachary's still in charge of the points down there and kicking some butt. So, great job, teams. Hopefully we'll see you all next weekend at Magic Valley Speedway for the Royal Purple Modified Series. Yeah. Are we there?
All right, Donovan.
Wait.
Hang on. Are we there yet?
Let's see. Mr. Allen, are you on the phone with us?
Yes, sir.
Hey. Hi, Bill. How are you? This is Todd.
Hey, Todd. How you doing?
I'm very well. Say hi to DJ Everett and say hello to Donovan Johns.
How's it going, Bill?
I'm doing good.
Fantastic. Here at Turn5.Live, it's kind of an honor of ours to have Mr. Allen on the phone with us tonight because this is the guy who knows everything there is to know about the upcoming week in the city of Meridian Speedway. Those of you that live outside of our area, how many years now, Bill? 35? What year is it for the Dairy Days, Bill?
This is the 89th year for Meridian Dairy Days.
89th year? Oh, my God.
So it's been around a while.
So 89 years we've been having a Dairy Days festival in Meridian, Idaho. And those of you that don't know, the Dairy Association does on the ground that the Speedway's on. And the reason that we have what we have is because of the dairy group putting forth all the effort over the years. And Bill is the head of that. So tell us what's going on this week, Bill.
This week's going to be, we got a good week for you to wrap up this. We've got Wednesday, we start with the Dairy Princess Show. The Princess Pageant will be on the 20th, and that is the 69th annual Dairy Princess Show.
Wow.
So on the 21st, Old McDonald's Farm will start down there at the Speedway right there in the dairy farm. And we will also have Brown's Carnival in from Mesa, Arizona.
Oh, wow. Wow. Nice. They come a long ways.
At 4:30 p.m. on Thursday, we'll have the 68th annual Pancake Feed.
68th annual Pancake Feed?
Pancake.
Wow.
For those of you that are Todd, down there by the post office, the school down there, that's where this Pancake Feed started 68 years ago, and it's just progressed up to the day again. So,
wow, I had no idea. I've been in Meridian, 35 years. You'd think I'd know more about it. But that's why I had you on tonight. I was really curious, so I'm glad you came on. 89th Annual Dairy Days Association. And, of course, we have the parade on Friday night, is it?
Yeah, Friday night on the 22nd, we've got all the vendors will be in Story Park. We'll open with 40 vendors down there. We'll have 10 or 12 food trucks. We've got the carnival will be down there. Also, the real dairy parade starts at 6:45. People will be putting their chairs out at noon, so we're expecting 30 to 35,000 people.
35,000 people lining Main Street in Meridian. Holy cow, what a great time it is. I've been in the parade with race cars and with Western Idaho Racing Association and so forth over the years.
We have 120 floats this year.
120?
One of the largest parades in the Northwest.
Oh, my Lord. I didn't realize it was that many again this year. That's awesome. Bill, great job.
Also, once you're done with the parade, you can funnel down through the carnival, the food trucks, Story Park, and then we've got a free fireworks show put on at Meridian Speedway itself.
Wow.
And what is the cost for the carnival?
On the carnival, they've got some wristbands that are for sale up until Thursday at noon, and you can save $15 on your unlimited ride wristbands. If you can get those at Meridian Speedway, DMB Supply, Express Cafe, and a few other places for $20.
Wow,
that's not bad.
That's great for a carnival. Holy cow!
Prepaid wristbands there. So then Saturday we'll have the National Guard rock wall. The Dairy Days Fun Run starts in the morning at 8 a.m. All the vendors open again at 10 a.m. at Story Park, along with there's a huge grass volleyball tournament that will be held at Story Park baseball fields throughout the day.
Wow.
And then the FFA Dairy Cattle and Goat Show will begin at 9 a.m. that morning.
Why are you missing that?
Yeah. If Donovan's interested, we have the Meridian Pool Bath starts from 2 to 8 Saturday.
There we go.
Well, he takes a bath once a year, whether he likes it or not,
The belly flop contest off the high dive there.
Oh, me and you, Bill.
That's actually
You're skinnier than
I can do some damage up there.
Billy's skinnier than me now. I think I'd probably win, Bill.
Also, we have Meridian Main Street Market this year. We'll be featuring up at the City Hall Plaza. That's from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturday.
Awesome.
And then obviously the big monster truck show will be Meridian Speedway at 6:30 on Saturday.
Now, what's the deal they talked about with being able to ride in a monster truck?
Correct. They've got one truck, I believe it carries 6 to 8 people.
What?
And it's cheap. It's like $10 a ride, and they'll take you around the track, do a few jumps. I mean, they can't get too crazy with kids in there, but just to ride in that big truck with the power it's got to be pretty incredible.
Yeah. Last year when that monster truck tour came to Meridian Speedway, I had some friends actually rode in that thing, and they said it was a blast.
For $10,
I might try it.
I got to go there. Does anybody remember about 20 years ago when we had a monster truck jump out of Meridian Speedway?
No.
Heard about
Bill,
it.
you remember, don't you?
Yes.
Yes, we had a guy that was. It wasn't the monster truck show we have now; it's a different one. But a guy was jumping a car, and they didn't have the stop mechanism built in. Thank you. We had beer assistant tonight for Donald. There you go.
Thank you, Linda.
We had a guy that he hit his head on the roll bar, knocked himself out, and put his foot flat on the accelerator.
Oh, man.
He went down the front chute, headed right towards a big rollback tow truck that was there. There was 2 guys in the tow truck. They bailed out. This monster truck's wide open. I mean, the motor cleaned out. First time that motor sounded crisp all day. Oh. And it hit that. Was it what towing company was it, Bill?
What's that?
It was what's the name of the towing company? It's a big one. The guy that races the Firebird. Anyway, it hit the truck and actually jumped over the fence. And it tried to get to Zamzo's. It didn't quite make the canal, but it was upside down going nuts over there. And as soon as I knew the guy was okay, I said, that was awesome.
Do it
again.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, it was Dick Vandermeer's towing company, but I can't remember the name of it. Anyway, it was scary.
It's a great weekend. A great week at Meridian this year. Coming up. Also, real quick, if I could throw in, we'd like to thank Mountain America Credit Union, Chobani, Schwab, D&B Supply, Dairy Gold, Simplot, Meridian Speedway, City Meridian, and all these guys. We work tight with them to make all this stuff happen, and we keep the costs as low as we can so that everybody in the city can get out and enjoy this.
For the pancake feed, I won't be here. I'll be working in Washington State, but I've never been able to come. And it's driving me nuts that I've never been able to get there because you and your wife and your family are good friends of mine, and I always want to come and support. I read something that was a bit different about how you enter the pancake feed this time. What was different about that? Do you go through the Speedway and park in the infield?
We'll be doing the pancake feed right there by the dairy barn. And the fun is what we do is any money we win or make off of that, the proceeds go directly to the Meridian Food Bank, and then the Meridian Police Officers Fallen Police Officers Fund is where the proceeds go for that.
Yeah. Very good organizations.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's awesome, Bill. Hey, question for you, because we've talked about Dairy Days, and thank you very much for being a community father for us. And being you're one of the folks that makes racing fun because we know the community accepts it because people like yourself are involved with racing and with things, the civic activities that the city has. So, you know, as a friend of yours and as a Meridian resident, thank you for all the extra work you put in.
Exactly.
And I know we all feel that way here. So I'm glad you're my friend. You're one of the people I look up to in my life. So appreciate you very much. But let's talk a little bit about...
You guys giving us the opportunity to talk about this. And another thing, I'd like to thank my wife and family. They're the ones that like the fire under me to keep me going. So. Well,
she's incredible. And, you know, she's the spark plug that ignites the fire, right? So, yeah, we love Lisa, too. She's wonderful. Let's talk about the year so far at Meridian Speedway. I know that you're a keen observer of what happens at the racetrack. I don't know how many races you've been able to attend with your work schedule and so forth, but what have you seen out there that really caught your eye this year?
I didn't understand the question.
What have you seen out there at Meridian Speedway as far as the driving and the racing that's caught your eye this year as a fan?
You know, Meridian Speedway with the tight track and the racing, it's good door-to-door racing. The car's got a lot of power, and people are passionate about every car they drive, whether it's an $80,000 sprint car or a $1,500 Hornet. These guys bust their butts week in, week out to get out there and put on a show for the crowd. So it's exciting for me. I've been on both sides of the fence, obviously, and I'll be back on the other side of the fence in a few years when I get done building another car. But it's just, and then watching these kids come up through the junior stingers, the tuners, and then they're getting into other cars. Colton Nelson, I've watched him since he was 12 years old, coming up through the ranks, and now he's running sprint cars. So
sure,
it's exciting to see all these kids grow up on the track and then move forward and race bigger and faster cars. And then, you know, the succession planning for those kids are they're going to have kids, and we're going to keep this track around for another 50 years. Yeah,
that's the goal, right? Well, and the reason that Turn5.Live that you're talking on right now exists is so that we can build that next crop. That's that's the key thing that we're doing this for. So absolutely, we're all in agreement there. Diamond Cup, I know I saw you at Diamond Cup. A heck of a Diamond Cup again this year with the sprint cars, the modifieds that showed. Good, you know, Saturday night rained a bit, but I think that all in all, Adam did a great job keeping everything working.
Oh, everything ran smooth. It was great for the fans because they didn't have to wait on anything.
Yeah.
When you got the track flowing like the Nelsons have it flowing with the racing in, racing out, the concession stands are on point. I mean, the whole facility's, it's enjoyable to go, and everyone brings their families. I don't see anybody complaining ever.
Nope, and it's gaining momentum. I have a good friend of mine that's an Uber driver, and he talks about the racetrack whenever he's talking to people that are riding in his car. And he's building it up, and people are really positive. He goes, it's amazing how much positive stuff I hear about the racetrack. So hats off. You know, maybe our unsung heroes this week, we could say Adam Nelson and Al Russell.
Right.
And it's hard to say unsung, but Al Russell and
Adam.
Let's
call it the back office, too, in keeping everything flowing.
Absolutely. Yep. Kelly Joe.
Yep. Travis in there now.
Travis, right. Dan Breach coming on, doing a great job helping out.
Oh, yeah.
The folks that are running the front gate. Being friendly and nice to everybody.
Security guards.
The security guards have been great. Have you noticed that, Bill?
Oh, yeah.
Over the last 15 years, how the quality of the security people is up way high. They're doing their job, but they're friendly at least.
Yeah, they've all been good, but especially in the last year, 2 years, some of the guys up at the front gate doing security, checking you in, smooth, easy process, and they're just a fantastic group of guys and girls.
They've done a really good job of keeping their employees there and stuff. Hey, there you are. Finally, your voice sounds good.
Hey, how you doing?
Well, Bill, we appreciate you very much coming on tonight. I look forward to seeing you. I'll see you Friday night for sure at the parade.
I appreciate you guys letting us talk about this and get this thing on the forefront. I think we're going to have a great week, and good luck to you guys next week.
Yep. All right, my friend. Looking forward to it, and I've got to get over and talk to you anyway because I need help with my smoker. I got a new smoker, a new barbecue smoker, and I'm doing something wrong, so I need a genius like you to help me out. So we'll be talking soon, my friend.
Flavor's on point, but it's a little chewy.
A little chewy. I don't think I'm doing well. So we're going to get over and speak with you, Bill. I appreciate you very much, and everybody out there watching the show. If you see Bill, walk up and give him a high five for all he does for Dairy Days. It puts the Speedway in a great light having an ambassador like Bill Huppin.
Mm-hmm. All right, guys. Good night.
All right, have a good
night.
You
bet. See ya. Thank you. Thanks. Well, that didn't suck. That was another good interview. You know, Bill,
it helps to bring on people who know what they're talking about.
Yeah. Bill, Lisa, Brett Collins, what's Brent's wife's name? Oh my God, she's gonna kick my ass.
Holly.
No.
Oh no, Brent's. Yeah. Ashley.
Ashley, my God.
I was thinking.
Good Lord. They're the
Thanks,
nicest
Linda.
folks. They always got a smile and a hug for you, and they're always interested in what you got going on. They're the type of folks that I'm glad are my friends. That's cool.
Yeah. So, such a rich history also with Dairy Days. I mean, going back so many years, it's part of the city.
89 years. And the folks that don't know, the Dairy Association owns a racetrack that Highway 16 rents from, and they have forever. And they're a benevolent group of folks, and they just want to make certain that the city's getting its roots recognized. And they've been nonprofit, and the proceeds that they get go to fund community projects. Always have.
Right.
And the parades and so forth. And Bill's a good example of that. So I'm proud
good people
of everything we have out there.
Yeah. Cool. I want to say hi to my daughter. She just tuned in. She's
all right. 3 viewers. Woo! I'm sorry.
It's 3. We got Kyle Latham and Lisa Allen.
She's tuning in from 5 hours north of here in the town I can't even pronounce. But anyway.
Really?
Yeah.
5 hours north of here in Canada? 8?
5 hours is like
or Washington.
Kuski.
No, 5 hours north and about of where we're at here, not at So that's it. Whatever. That's where she lives.
Kuski. It looks like Kuskia, but it's
where
Kuski.
she lives now.
Right.
So.
Nice. They got salmon up there.
Right.
You go fishing for salmon and steelhead up there.
Not far from Moscow and Lewiston.
Moscow. Where are you from? California? California. Neener.
Hey, military.
Why don't you drive over to Boise and get a pizza for me?
I'm gonna go down to Shinden.
We go down Shinden Boulevard. There's no Chinese people. It's Shinden. Chinese Garden. Don't forget it.
First moved here 7 years ago. I sounded just like that. So people started correcting me.
I
think I got it right now.
I hear born and raised Idahoans say it different as well.
Well, they're wrong.
That's okay because it goes from Boise to Boise. It's interchangeable.
You're wrong.
Wow.
Look at the French pronunciation. I can't speak. Pronunciation of the word. Anyway, just kick your ass. All right. What happened in Magic Valley? Let's talk about our friends a little south, a little east.
Okay.
Eddie McKean, Lynette McKean.
Valley.
Little bigger track. A little more
Graves. Next week they're gonna have a hell of a show.
Right.
Quick shout out. We're gonna quick shout out again one more time.
You don't have to look at me to shout out.
I've got my national thing going on here again. Congratulations to Fernando Alonso for picking up the 24 Hours of Le Mans win with his teammates. 1 win away from picking up the Triple Crown, which is if you win at Monaco, you win at Le Mans, and you win at Indianapolis, you won
He needs Indy.
That's it.
Right.
And he has come close.
Right.
Last year, year before.
He was tough to beat
in his inaugural race. So
he's just kind of doing what he wants to do. He could still be in Formula One doing fine, but is he still in Formula One?
Yeah. But he is, but he's just kind of.
See, the hard part is that Formula One runs like everywhere, and so it's like 18 different little mini series.
Yeah. No, he is. It's just if you're not with Ferrari or Mercedes right now, you're not doing anything. So
Red Bull won Monaco.
Yeah, Daniel Ricciardo. Okay, we'll throw a Red Bull in there as well.
Right.
So
I mean, it's like they don't have any budget or anything.
Yeah. And one more thing I want to mention as well. You talked about Formula One. Sebastian Vettel picked up his 50th career Formula One win last week in Montreal. That puts him 1 point up on Lewis Hamilton. They're separated by 1 point for the championship.
Wow.
And then, Valtteri Bottas and Daniel Ricciardo are separated by 2 points for third place right now. So, great year in Formula One as well.
That's awesome.
So,
yeah, great. No, I like Formula One.
I just, thought I'd throw it out there.
You watch the start, you fall asleep. It's pretty cool. Put them fast guys in the back, make them pass the front guys.
I've been to a couple of F1 races, and they're intense to be at.
They're loud.
I don't care. I'm deaf.
The one race you want to catch, the one race you do want. I mean, if a lot of them are sleepers, but the one race you want to catch is the Belgium Grand Prix.
Spa.
That's one of their fastest tracks in this Spa. Oh man.
I love Spa.
They go down.
We race at an iRacing, so we're like, yeah, Spa.
But even just watching it, there's so much elevation.
They go down the front straightaway, and they hit what's that? La Rouge. They hit
the
close to 200 miles an hour through there, through the chicane.
Insane. And then they got to do the break point.
That is the one race I will catch every year on TV for Formula One. So,
right. I love when they get to the end of that, they have to stop, do that 90-degree turn, and then they're shooting downhill through the gases and everything. It's like, oh my God.
Yeah. So anyway, sorry, I wanted to mention.
No, Formula One's cool. We're equal opportunity.
So
I don't know what that meant.
Right.
Yeah. So you don't discriminate.
4 wheels and internal combustion, go fast.
Go fast.
Yeah. So you mentioned Magic Valley.
Magic.
So their modified class last night, Tony Fernetton.
Tony Fernetton, 3 in a row or something crazy.
Yep, he's on a roll out there right
in
now.
The LaHorge factory race car, house car that used to be owned by Devin LaHorge, built by Chuck LaHorge, who I talked to on the phone this week. He's building us some fabricated clip cars for the Royal Purple Modified Series. Chuck's a friend of mine and a hell of a chassis builder. Right. Also, all those years that Kenny Chandler was kicking butt in the car that Josh Harris is currently driving, that is a LaHorge. That is a LaHorge Pro 4 car that was built 25 years ago.
Wow.
Yep.
I can't keep the car on the track for like 3 years. It's
no,
impressive.
Chuck LaHorge has forgot more about chassis building than most people will know. He's a good dude, and he's been instrumental in helping me on a lot of rules and things. So good to see Tony Fernetton doing well. Yep. With Rosalie running second, right? Right on his door, right there.
Rosalie. You talked about Willie Dalton to
Willie Dalton
2 weeks ago. Yeah, Willie Dalton finished third. Casey Pearson was running last night as well.
Yeah. And I know that, Willie Dalton would love to thank Impact Motors, Kyle and Neil Latham, the Royal Purple Modified Series, Todd Labrani, Lion Tamer Beard Care, Charmaine's Lip Balm. What else? Who else would he like to thank? Cody Kirkland. He'd love to thank those guys for the modified.
Right.
So.
I know Eddie's trying to build up the modified car count out there as well. So
which is a sore subject, but go ahead.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
But I'm happy for the people that are having fun.
Yeah. So. Okay.
Yeah. Let's make a competing series.
I hear the Division 1 race went pretty well.
Division 1. They had dual mains.
They did.
What happened to the super stocks?
Super stocks.
Speaking of the old outlaw, Willie Dalton.
Yeah. He's not that old.
He's younger than me, so he probably is.
Me too.
You will, yeah. Willie Dalton he drives the wheels off anything he can get into. And he's having a career year currently in Division 1 up there. He won both mains last night.
Yeah, he did.
Again, for the second time they've had double mains. I believe that's 6 and 7 on the year.
7 and 8.
7 and 8 on the year. Hopefully Willie's listening and he'll correct me. But
one of the Dalton clan.
Or Neil or Kyle or somebody. But fantastic run by the Outlaw. And Willie's tickled to have a modified again and be back in the Royal Purple Modified Series. He's one of us. He's kin. We've been all over the Northwest racing together. And the guy can flat drive. And he's one of those guys you root for constantly when he's on the racetrack. Real happy for him. It'd be really cool to see him be the Division 1 winner coming out of Magic Valley Speedway this year.
We have to get to GoFundMe to send his butt to
it'll just happen. Magically, it'll just occur. I think they take care of it for him. I think that's we'll take care of Willie. Yeah, and he'll be great. And I know that he's a good family man, a good father. So happy Father's Day to Willie as well.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, so you mentioned he picked up both ends of the main events last night.
Who ran second to him and stuff? Who
Sean Lester, and in the first main event, Sean Lester finished second, and then Jeff Peck finished third. And then in the second main event, Mitch Pearson finished second.
Mitchie the kid?
Yep, and Jeff Peck once again finished third. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, they're the Superstock class at Magic Valley. I announced her like 5 times last year, and what an exciting class out there. It's unbelievable.
They run them hard, man.
Oh, yeah.
They battle.
They for as small as Meridian is, we do a lot of sheet metal damage in our fiberglass 75s. Those guys out there in Twin, man, they beat on each other in that class. They're happy to tear up their sheet metal.
Oh, yeah.
It's just crazy out there.
Usually Magic Valley in that class in particular, they'll get out and go over and hug it up.
Right. No, in the pits they're fantastic, but man, as a growing up when I was little, being a body man on my dad's late models. If he got hit, I'd be mad. I was like 12 years old. I'm out there like fabricating sheet metal. Like, stop it, Dad. Yeah. And those guys, they beat that equipment up. It's work.
Yeah. And the Outlaw.
As a fan. Yeah. Get them.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I know I talked to him last weekend when he was up for the Royal Purple Series, and he goes, unbelievable, man. He goes, I got the thing dialed. I know I hit air pressures. I hit my sway bar perfect. And he goes, I just push the gas down and it just goes where I tell it to. He's really in one with that car right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's neat to see for Willie.
Oh gosh,
yeah. So Project Filter Street Stocks were also in action last night.
It was Project Filter night in Magic Valley.
Yes, it was. Yeah, and also a driver that picked up both main event wins last night. They had 2 main events last night. Craig McCann picked up both main event wins last night. In the first one, Danny Gilliam finished second, and Hornet driver from last year, Ryan Adams, moved up to Street Stocks this year.
Yeah.
Finished third. So good for them.
Yeah,
for him. Yeah.
Great run.
And in the second one, of course, as I mentioned, Craig McCann won and Danny Gilliam finished second, and Candy Fredrickson, excuse me, Candy, she finished third last night. So
nice,
good run by her as well.
Good group down there. What else they have running?
Well, let's see. We had Junior Stingers running last night, and Slade Fisher.
Junior Stingers. Yeah. They run the Junior Stingers to the infield course, the figure 8 looking thing, right? Do they run them there?
It's an infield course, not figure 8, but it's
they don't cross each other.
It's kind of no, they don't cross.
It's hourglass shape kind of thing.
What shape would you call that?
It's a hypotenuse of something. I don't even know what a hypotenuse is.
It's a pentagram.
Pentacle.
I don't know what shape it is. I have to look it up.
It's a McKean.
Do not let the children run on the pentagram.
Oh man.
So
is it a rhombus?
Maybe.
Quadrilateral.
Just call me. Oh.
Is that a fat joke?
Grimace.
Anyway, no, Slade Fisher. I announced him when he was he's up from the Outlaw Kart ranks, and I remember announcing him, Slade Fisher, when he used to come to Meridian.
Nice.
And race Outlaw Karts. So, he won last night. Callie McKean?
Kaylee.
Kaylee, that's right. I thought it was Kaylee. And
that's cool.
She finished second. Yeah.
Third or fourth generation driver there.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. I'm sure Chris and Kristen are very happy about that. Right. That's awesome.
Well, and
her Aunt Ashley's, of course, very happy.
Yeah. She won the championship last year.
Mm-hmm.
The first half of the year, I think she won. I can't remember if she won both half because they run championships. They run first half and second half of the year.
Yeah, they run 2 different championships.
They split the season up in half. I can't remember. She won one of them. I can't remember if she won both of them last year, but she won at least one of them.
Like that.
So don't talk to me in that voice.
Not my points.
Right.
This is not my championship.
Yeah. And
I didn't vote for this.
And then Zach Red also finished third last night in the Junior Stingers. Sherry's Cafe Hornets.
When I go to Twin Falls to meet my buddy Eddie, talk about racing, we go to Sherry's Wheat Pie
all the time.
Yeah,
and it's the best pie.
Yeah.
So I love every time I think of the Hornets, I think of coconut cream pie. That's what I always have when I'm there. Fantastic.
What happened? I get the peanut butter chocolate shake. It's like delicious.
Everything's peanut butter with you. You're like,
I have dogs, so.
I get the salad.
Bullshit. Oh shit.
No, I just ordered my racing seat for my racing vehicle.
Racing, yeah. I don't know school buses have
short bus.
I got the largest seat. Salads. But my wife took me out for.
So what happened with the Sherry's Hornets?
Right. No, my wife took me out. By the way, I just want to mention my wife took me out this morning for Father's Day. To Sherry's this morning.
Fantastic.
So I got the Sherry sampler.
Well, there you go.
No salad.
Young love.
Okay. Sherry's Cafe Hornets. Shelby Dalton picked up the win last night. Ike Miller and Ryan Adams rounds out your top 3. Chris McKean was running last night.
Chris McKean drove a race car at Magic Valley Speedway
McKean
in a Hornet.
Fourth
what?
Place. I just got Chris McKean down as 4th place in a Hornet last night.
It's self-service. You don't keep looking at me.
Beer assistant.
That's not what I call her at home.
Beer assistant.
I call her something else at home. Bro.
We're not going to talk about that here in public now, are we?
Everyone's handling it.
Linda, she's camera shy.
She's not shy.
Nope.
Oh.
Oh, DJ. Never quit calling me, okay?
I'm trying. Just running up those phone charges. So
no, it's free shit. I'm just kidding. Go ahead. Your wife's awesome. That's why I'm making fun of her.
Cool. Anyway, no, it's got Chris McKean finishing 4th last night in the Sherry's Cafe Hornets. So
Chris McKean, never heard of him.
Yeah,
never heard of him.
No, I'm serious. Chris,
it says
Chris
right here,
running Hornets.
Number 9, Chris McKean. So it's got to be.
It might be Kristen. You never know. No, I'm happy for Chris. I'm just giving him a hard time. He's a good dude.
Yeah. So they ran their double-deckers last night as well. You see those guys?
I want to drive one so bad. Except for I want to be the guy on the bottom. I like being on the bottom.
I'm not no.
They go by first names here. They got Jeremiah and Ryan. So I'm thinking Jeremiah Edens and Ryan
Seacrest.
Adams.
Seacrest.
I don't know. Ryan Adams.
Newman.
Yeah. So anyway,
So they won?
Yeah, Jeremiah. I'm guessing Jeremiah Edens and maybe Ryan Adams.
Sure.
Sure. Adams is a good name.
Yeah.
I like it.
Washington, Jefferson, Adams.
Franklin.
The DJ's like, what did I get myself into?
It's got here Mike and Donovan finishing 3rd. Donovan, you ran last night?
Wow.
Double
Yeah,
deckers.
dude.
I run real fast. Obviously.
Good job, man.
Here's the big question. Double deckers last night. Were you on top or on the bottom?
I already told you, man. I like.
He's a pivot man.
I don't know. I go both ways. You know.
After last week, I ain't saying anything right now. I got in trouble
was
last
highly
week.
inebriated last
My
week.
wife heard me talk last week.
Oh, you were.
Did you get in trouble?
Nope.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check with my lady here real quick. Oh, that's right. You're fine.
Yeah.
So anyway, another exciting night last night there in the Magic Valley. So
Yeah. So they got a great show coming up next weekend.
I hear so.
Yeah,
that's what I hear.
you know,
That's what I hear.
We're lucky enough to have Magic Valley Speedway on the Royal Purple Modified Series schedule, and it's a fun place to go put on a race because the way that the tech system works there with the rooms, the parking's great. The track surface when they redid it has been fantastic for putting on racing. I always worry when I go there. It's such a racy place that our guys kind of strap their helmets on and cuts off some circulation to their brain. Thank you, my dear. Look at that. Look what she just gave me. This one.
I was waiting for that.
Notice it's SpongeBob SquarePants Cup night.
Oh.
I did not do
Actually, I thought you were going to say something else. Never mind.
I was talking about the head too. What do you get your mind out of the gutter, Eric? Good Lord. He's permanent, by the way. Just letting you know. All right,
man.
So
am I permanent?
Shit,
Okay,
yeah.
if that's the case, make your announcement for Magic Valley Speed, and then I'll make my announcement for Magic Valley Speed.
Fantastic.
I want to make my announcement.
Well, shit, let's just round robin it. Do you got any more beer assisting? Got anything for Magic Valley?
I think our beer's running.
We're almost out of beer. So next week,
your show's going there next week.
Yeah, our show next week, Royal Purple Modified Series of Magic Valley Speedway. We're honored to go there. Eddie's a lot of fun for me to go race. I like Eddie a lot. We're friends. And Eddie and Lynette, Chris, the family down there, Chad. It's wonderful to go down there and race. We have free run of everything, kind of. We just kind of hit our times, right? Yeah. And it's a fun place for an official to officiate at. I got guest officials coming next week. I've got Kyle and Donovan coming next week. Donovan's going to run the spotter stand because he loves the spotter stand.
Oh, I love my spotters.
Are you spotting?
He's a masochist of some kind because he is in the spotter stand next week. He's spotting something. But beware now, Royal Purple Modified Series. Donovan is your spotter official next week. And his brother Kyle is fantastic, and he's got a lot of racing experience. So he's going to be helping out too.
Sorry, Latham just messaged me there about the spotting.
You just keep Latham to yourself there.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of fun. The Royal Purple Modified Series, we should have our normal 16 to 18 cars. I know that we got a couple cars that we hadn't expected yet that will be there this coming weekend. And then right after that, 2 weeks later, we go right into Hermiston, which is going to be a huge race for us. And I encourage everybody listening to get their cars ready for Hermiston. I know that we're up against Salt Lake that weekend, Rocky Mountain Raceways, and I don't want to pull anything away from them. But we'd love to have you come to our series too. And when we schedule these things, we have to do what we have to do. With Rocky Mountain Raceways closing next year, at the end of this year, September 1st, I think, or October 1st.
Let me guess, you're going to go dirt racing in 2019.
No! Yes. but maybe, if that's all we got. But it's critical for us to have Hermiston Speedway on the schedule. Looking forward to it because we need to get some growth out of that area. We need to pull from that population base. I know it's a long ways for our Salt Lake, Utah-based teams to go. We think from Boise, Hermiston's not that far. It's 4 hours, 3.5 hours, not far. But when you already are driving 5, excuse me, with the trailer, when you're already driving that far, it's it's a deal. But, you know, unfortunately, with the situation on Rocky Mountain Raceways, I'm going to just say it. I think that the owner sold it, and I don't think they really tried real hard to find another a venue. I know that down there that they're looking. There's other people that are trying to find something. I was lucky enough last week to go out and tour the Miller Motorsports Park, which I still call it the Utah Motorsports Campus. But my employer built it and gifted it to the the county of Grant County. And then they in turn sold it and done its litigation and so forth. But they got plenty of room for that stuff to work. So let's hope it does. But, you know, Hermiston's very important to us. I know I've got some calls from Oregon groups and teams that are coming. So we'll get some, but we need to really fill that place up. And Greg Walden and the team over at Hermiston has been great this year. They've been very easy to work with. They're very supportive of what we've got going. They're a great family. And it's possible we'll see a rookie driver in the series this year make his debut in the modifieds at Hermiston. It looks promising. Quite possibly Mr. Zachary Telford.
I know. I know who it is.
I'm like,
I know who it is.
Yeah. The young lion himself. He epitomizes it. Mr. Zachary Telford's got more driving experience than a lot of the people in our series. I'm campaigning for him real hard right now to get over there to get that race in. It looks like it's going to go. And I know James is probably watching tonight, and he's going to be kind of excited about it. But it'd be fun to have Zachary, and we all love Zach, right? He's a good kid. He's driven.
How do you not like him?
Yeah, he's a nice kid, and his family's good. He's got great mentors around him. If there is somebody that's under the age of 14 that's ready to go racing, it's Zachary Telford, in my mind. So I stuck my neck out there and gave him a huge vouch today. So we'll see what we can do. So we're excited. Magic Valley Speedway next week. It's like coming home. We just got to make sure that all the cars stay clean. We got to make certain that we run nice and crisp show like we try to do every time that we're there. I'd like to go green, white, checkered one time in this series history. I think it can happen.
You almost had it.
Diamond Cup last year, we had one spin.
Yeah.
2 days, we had 2 spins total.
Right.
And so
and
we're close.
Spin, clean, collected up, and kept going.
Yep. I'm expecting all our family of modified drivers to attend.
Heck yeah. Oh, and I-10.
Yeah, are you ready? You told me not to let it out.
That was the last week.
Well, now they kind of let it out of the bag, didn't they?
Oh, my God.
Go ahead. You want to talk about it? Go ahead.
So, I don't know if you guys have watched on the Royal Purple side at all.
Join the Facebook group, Royal Purple RP Modifieds.
Right.
And you can find out a little bit.
I just throw money at the group and hang out and play. But ITEN, I10.com are starting to make a web show out of the Royal Purple Modifieds.
Oh, wow.
So they put up a little 2-minute teaser trailer last week on their website.
Web show.
Web
television show.
Television show. Sorry.
Okay.
Show of showing us. But Saturday at Magic Valley Speedway, they're going to make driver introduction videos. They're going to do all those captions. Yeah. Get the headshots, get the car shots, and start making an actual television show for the 2019 series. Hopefully, the last part of the 2018 series.
This will be our promo so that we can sell more.
Promo week, yeah. So
those of you that are listening that are on the fence about coming to the show, this is your opportunity to get TV time for your sponsors.
Heck yeah.
We'll be filming. They're going to probably take every 6 cameras, from what I understand. They're going to have some stationaries. They're going to have some live
multi-camera.
These folks know what they're doing. I started digging into I-10, and they're a very accomplished, very professional group of folks. I'm excited that they're on board. It's something that I wish we'd had year one.
Good. Yeah, this is going to be fun.
Yeah, and they're nice people. Holy cow.
And how do you not like the Australians?
You gotta love them. They're just nice people.
Just listen to him talk. You're like, good day, mate.
and Kelly's wonderful, and she's been very accommodating. They give me a passion and an invigoration and also those are the areas that they're doing that I'm really weak at.
Right.
So I know my limitations. I'm not good at that stuff. So they bring a whole different attribute, I guess is the right verb. Yeah. Adverb. I don't know. Adverb. After they bring it,
there's a whole different wheelhouse coming.
Yeah, whole different something. And you know they pick me up, and you know the goal is of course
it's a fresh energy.
Yeah, the goal is to make half-hour to an hour-long shows that we can sell.
Right.
And that money will all go towards the racers after production costs and their cut, of course. Well, the money will go back to the racers so we can grow this thing. Yeah. And it's really up to the modified drivers to grow this thing. It really is. Right. We had 13 cars per night at the Diamond Cup. That's not going to cut it. Right. I mean, we need more participation than that. And I'm not going to go out and beg people to come run. I know there's opportunities elsewhere to go run your race car. But and I'm not going to ever tell anybody where they should go. I'll just give them all the opportunity they can to come.
I've heard you tell people where they should go.
You should have been around about 5:30. But
I have to take another break.
But get your modified to the racetrack. Come support the Royal Purple Modified Series. We can make this better for everybody.
Absolutely,
that's my goal. You got some kind of beef and you don't like what I'm doing or something like that, freaking tell me. What's the worst thing that can happen? But
you don't want to go.
Nah, I usually won't. I'm the car guy. Yeah. I try to be passive, but I do care a lot about the thing, and I care a lot about the guys that race with us. And it's been very tough. I've had to make some really tough decisions in the last month, and you know what I'm talking about. Some really tough decisions with some people that I really care about.
Right.
And hopefully that stuff's healing and going away, and we're back on to where we should be. And with the last year of Rocky Mountain Raceways, I would run there too if I was local. Mm-hmm. I get that. So we're just struggling through this year. Hopefully next year will be a little bit cleaner. Right. Our good friends at Pocatello, the Hunsaker clan, I know they'd be at every race if they could, but they need to support their local deal too because that can't go away. And Brad Hunsaker's a friend of mine, a friend for life. And Kip Lish and Brennan Watt run their beautiful race cars. And I know Matt and I know Eric and and my friends over there, Fulmer, they would all be here if they could be, and they will be down the road when we have a chance.
Yeah, I announced it at Pocatello a couple times last year, and I like the track, but sometimes people give the track a bad rap for whatever reason. I got to tell you one thing: if anything, their cars at Pocatello are beautiful.
Oh, they do a great job. That class.
I will tell you, and I tell everybody, Pocatello is my hands down most favorite track I've ever.
I like it. Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
We
don't drug test here on Turn5.Live. But it's a nice facility.
It's a driver's track.
It is. You have to have ability to run there. I mean, you can drive a shitty car and wheel the hell out of it and still win. It helps to have a good car.
If you want to take a chance, go to the outside on a flat track.
When those guys are going 5 wide down the front stretch and zipper together, holy crap!
But the thing that really caught my eye was the cars. They're just beautiful out there. So,
are we taking pictures?
Yep.
Okay.
Either that or he's taking a selfie.
No, I took a picture.
He's all decked out in this royal purple. So anyway, you've got your deal going on next weekend at Magic Valley Speedway, and 2 weeks from the following weekend.
3 weeks from last week.
Well, the following weekend after you, I'll be subbing for Nate. I'll be announcing at Magic Valley because he's going to be doing
July 3rd, or for
the June 30th. Is that what it is?
Gotcha.
30th.
It's
June 30th. Yeah, not next Saturday, but Saturday after. Nate's going to be in Roseburg doing the K-9 race. I'll be subbing for him as well.
And fantastic. I'll be behind the wheel of Tucker 2.0.
When's this?
30th.
The Plaid Warrior.
Ah.
Tucker is making his debut as Spaceballs 2.
So I'll be saying that night. Oh, and Donovan just blew up another one.
Right. Wait.
No. I'm just kidding.
No, I've got a full built land power plant coming in.
Tucker's going to fly. Tucker was already a very fast mini stock, about the fastest.
Yeah, it is.
Down at Twin, it's going.
I am 3/4 tempted to try to make the double mains and officiate at Twin Falls on the 23rd because I can't make the Western Roundup and the front wheel drive nationals because that's just a lot of money after building 2 new motors this year.
Ask your sponsors.
Right.
You got hookups, buddy.
Right. So,
he's got hiccups now.
Yeah. Tucker's motor should be done. It's almost on Friday, but we didn't have the ARP bolts, so we had to order those in. So once those together, head goes on, motor in the car, dyno shop,
right,
and tempting.
Yeah. Do we have anything as far as our viewers where they have questions or anything like that, or we're not doing that tonight?
Well, nobody's. You got the stuff, and you got. Hang on.
Right.
You got to flip. You got to push the giz that says YouTube.
Don't touch the.
Did you say giz?
Oh, giz. Giz my giz.
Oh, so I guess I'm in
Giz
control
my
of it.
gizm.
I don't know. We're still figuring that part out.
Ask some questions. I know that you have some out there, so ask some questions. How many people got viewing? We got 3. No, we're over 10. We're over 25. We're good.
We've been rock and roll all night long.
Hey, we're working. Linda. Yeah. Hey, thanks, Linda. Hey, shout out to Linda out there over there. We're working. Yay.
She's couch chilling, beer getting.
So we just get some people that are just shy out there that don't want to ask any questions. We're not.
No, they will. They're just drunk.
We're not that.
But hey, we got about 20 minutes left on air here. We got what's coming up.
Reading Speedway coming up. We got the monster trucks.
Monster trucks. So we talked a little bit about that with Bill Allen. Do we have anybody racing at all this weekend at Meridian, or is it dark for the weekend?
Let me check. Let me.
Woo!
Does that mean
I think it's monster trucks.
Just the monsters. Let's see. June 2016, Teleforce Twins. Yep, just the monster truck. Oh, Hornets and Bombers.
Yeah,
Hornets, Bombers, and monster trucks.
Monster trucks.
Saturday.
Let's go watch 4 Bombers run.
Okay. That's not nice.
That's not nice. Racing, trying to build up the class.
Let's go watch a plaid mini stock.
Right.
I love him. Where he
seriously,
he's like a key to heat because I love. So we got any questions yet? None.
They're being shy.
Here's the thing, you guys. We got about 15 people on watching right now. The actual stats on YouTube are wrong. It's about double that from what I'm reading. But we got to start telling some more folks about the program. We need to get this built up because our sponsors, the Flores Group.
Yep, the Flores Group.
AC to Z Mechanical.
AC to Z Mark Newman.
Yes, Lion Tamer Beard Care, Charmaine,
Volt Vapes.
Volt Vapes, those guys. Royal Purple.
They're still around, I hear.
Volt Vapes for now.
We'll see.
Tick tock.
Yeah.
Do you want to build a snowman?
We're not doing that. We're not building a snowman. But
Lazy Days RV.
Lazy Days RV. The
RV rentals.
We got to get our sponsors in there. We need to get this thing going a little bit more. I think you'll see this team start to grow. We're going to grow the deal with I-10 coming in.
Right.
They're going to help out with this. They're going to help out with our website. We have a bitchin' website being in production for the Royal Purple Modified Series. Kelly's been fantastic on emailing me all that kind of stuff. I'll turn the keys over and let it go because it's really where I'm weak, and she's the best. Looking at her stuff, it's fantastic. Those guys are going to be solid for us, and really looking forward to what they come up with because they're energetic. And then Matt Egley runs in our series, and he's a good friend of theirs out of Preston, Idaho. Yeah. And seeing the stuff that they've done over the last few years, the drifting stuff and things, has just been incredible. They're real motorsports fans, and kind of neat. So I'm excited about the new website that's coming because our website sucks. It does. I do almost everything on the RP group board on Facebook, and we need to do more with our Royal Purple Modified page. It's actually, the reason that the Royal Purple page, the Royal Purple Facebook page, that keys to that are owned by Royal Purple. And I send them content, and they don't put it on there. I mean, I can, but why? When they are supposed to do it. And I text them, and I tell them, and I say it, and they just start doing it. What?
They just give you the time of day, basically.
Well,
make a good product.
Yeah,
they do. And it's fantastic. Yeah. Well, and they don't have a lot of series nationally. Not headlined like we are. We were one of the first. And, love Davey, and Davey's doing what he can, but it's not his department. There's another department that does that. So we'll work it out. I hope they're with us long term. Yeah. But you never know. I think maybe Lion Tamer will come on full term. Lion Tamer's already on, but we need a title.
Yeah, we do. We need a deep pocket. Because my pocket's like I got.
You don't have deep pockets?
You know that little the pocket.
He's got holes in his pocket so he can.
Where you put your pocket watch? That's my pocket.
Yeah, it's not a watch. Your pockets are full of peanut butter. I don't know what it is.
Did you break? My microphone just went.
Just broke. Your microphone just went.
I don't know why I'm so limp.
Fantastic. What? Any questions? Any questions from the peanut gallery?
Nothing yet. So that's what's going on at Meridian at Magic Valley.
Who's running with us?
We've got the RPM. I like that. RPM modifieds. RPM.
Yeah.
I like the sound of that. No? Okay.
RPMs. RPMs.
All right. I tried.
He can't spell Royal Purple. He doesn't understand it. So we just get RP. That's how we get. We have a talk about that. You know, it is our sponsor. Let's support them. Why are you just abbreviating Royal Purple? I don't like that. People call them Todd mods and all that shit. No.
Outlaw mods.
They paid a lot of money
it takes
for
up
the
too
name.
much space on an iPhone? No, I'm kidding. I don't know.
Nah, you don't know.
No. Super stocks, mini stocks, double main events.
Super stocks. That's the outlaw. He's running 2 classes next weekend. Then.
We got stingers. We got midgets running as well. Midgets are. That's what he's got on there.
Rico's going to be there?
Right.
Oh, that's wrong on so many levels.
Oh, wait, hold on.
No.
I got that.
My wife will. No, kidding.
That's wrong. I'm sorry, Rico. All short people. Apologize.
Yeah. And he's got the figure 8 bands.
Midget's going to be interesting. That's the group out of Utah.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll get the Waters family, the ETH family, I believe, as midget as well. Yeah. So, the midgets will be interesting. So we'll have, 7 or 8 of those.
Yeah.
I like watching midgets run.
I do too. As far as a class, the real USAC midget stuff, they were the best race at the Copper Cup. They were the, going back to the dirt races that they do in the Midwest, like the Belleville Nationals and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
The races that they used to do at Indianapolis Raceway Park and the Speedrome and so forth, they're incredible races.
Now, are these the HPD guys? Ford Focus
midgets.
Yeah, Ford Focus. Yeah.
Those. I talked to Dave Lewis. Not coming to me, but I've talked to him a lot about him, and he's trying to talk a lot of people into getting them. It's the cost over the long haul on them is not bad, but that initial investment to get one of those guys is too steep for my pockets.
For a full blown USAC midget, not the HPD midgets, but the full blown, they actually had a bad rap for a while. These things were costing us almost as much of a sprint car.
Right.
Not sure what the cost is these days.
They were saying a turnkey HPD with the Honda motor in there at around 15?
Okay.
With a spike chassis or something.
Yeah. For a while there, a full blown USAC midget was costing like $50,000.
Oh yeah, well, the stuff they spend for Chili Bowl, I don't even.
A lot of it was in the motor.
Right.
So
no, this is just the local regional stuff.
Right.
That they were running. With.
Every Chili Bowl car doesn't have a weight limit, right? So everything on those cars is, of course, titanium hollow bolts and the lightest chrome moly and so forth. I don't even want to tell you, how much money that Larson and Rico drive for Keith Coons. Those guys spend. I mean, look at their sponsors on that stuff.
He brings like 10 cars.
He's got Mike Curb.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a music guy. They bring Hollywood essentially in there. And television
stocks.
yeah, right. And you watch. We're going to the Chili Bowl this year. I'm going. TJ's going with my son. Todd Jr.'s going with me. I'm not probably going to go to the PRI show. I'm going to do, which is in December. I'm going to do the Chili Bowl the next month, 4 weeks later. And
you going to do all 6 nights? Because it starts on Monday.
I don't know yet. I'm going to Europe too in October, so I'm scared about how much money I got to spend on.
When I went to the Chili Bowl,
hopefully Donovan's going to give me a loan or something.
Right.
When I went to the Chili Bowl back in 2004, it was 4 nights. But now it's over 300 cars, 350 cars. And now it starts on Monday now.
Got it another night, Monday, right?
Yeah.
But Larson,
if you guys are
Larson losing that race this year, you know how bad that hurt in his dad's car.
Right.
Keith Coons prepared, but it was his dad owned that car, and he had one. And again, his battles with Swindell were legendary. As he was coming up cutting his teeth, and
that's the one he hasn't won yet. If you guys really want to try to catch a midget race that's a little bit closer to home, go to Turkey Night in Ventura.
Sure,
I've been to that one the last 2 years in a row, and last year's Turkey Night was incredible. Christopher Bell and Kyle Larson almost all 100 laps. We're trading back
every
and
other lap.
forth. Yeah, incredible. So
I keep saying as soon as I'm done with Tucker, I'm going to go buy me a Super 6.
Yeah, Super 6 ran last night at RMR.
Yeah.
If you want to look it up real quick
K
on
Jackson.
Race Monitor.
Yeah,
Who
Jackson
won?
won.
K Jackson won?
K Jackson.
After
And
throwing a
said-
motor out?
Yeah.
After 2 weeks, 3 weeks
was
back?
wicked fast out there.
That's really good to see for Mike and the group,
Yeah.
as they deserve a good run. That's cool. Kate's a good kid, too.
No, she's learned a lot this year.
She was good in the Outlaw cars.
Yeah.
She was good all the way through the Outlaw cars.
It's been fun watching her develop and getting that ending.
Yeah.
She was the fastest car on the track all night.
Yeah, well, they had she's, of course, running a crate motor V8. And that track, you're going to see it a bit more than the 6-cylinders. I believe Bob was probably fastest in the 6-cylinders.
Riley Rogers was there last night as well.
In the V8 car.
Riley. All right. Haven't seen him much this year.
And who else was there?
Justin Segura was there. Mike Anderson was there. Nate Little. Rob Grace, our local guys. Pat Young was there as well.
Sure.
Quite a few of the local guys ran down.
Yeah, they had 14, 15 cars, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and so who finished second to Kate?
Justin Segura.
Yeah,
It was Kate, Justin Segura, and Riley Rogers, your top three.
Wow.
Mike Anderson was fourth.
That would have been a fun race to watch.
That's got to be a fun track in those cars because you keep them wound up there.
Oh,
You know, and we got a lot of tire, not a lot of motors. You know, to fry the tire, you can really keep the RPMs up. Good for Kate. That's cool.
She
they deserve that.
She won it by almost 2 seconds over Justin Segura. So
wow,
she's starting to come together in that thing.
Yeah,
it's good to see.
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
So
I think that about has all of our goodies there, and we've been
the
on
goods.
air for quite a while.
No questions. Do we have any questions? I see some.
Oh,
nothing.
Bar saying Happy Father's Day from Derek. Derek, and link from your Facebook page to the show. You have one. Let's see. Yeah, sorry, a question there from Will Wynn about putting a link on our Facebook page. But yeah, we did. We posted one up there about 30 minutes before we went live.
Right.
But we will. I did some research yesterday and today. Hopefully, we'll be actually syncing. Where's my camera? There it is. This show not only to YouTube and to our Turn5.Live page, but streaming it directly through to Facebook Live as well.
We figured out how to do that.
I was watching the videos, and I am learning every week as we go. So being able to broadcast to all 3 channels at once and to make it one static view IP address right up there so that it will always be the same link.
Right.
Cool.
Right. Linda, do you want to say hi? Linda, you want to say hi really quick before we sign off?
Beer winch.
Come on in.
Linda Everett.
This is the lady that puts up with me 24/7. We raced buses.
Waving your waving your computer.
It was over there.
We raced buses 2 weeks ago, and she kicked my butt.
Right?
Happens.
Happens all the time.
So let's talk about our sponsors real quick. We want a special shout out this week. You guys you're going to get actually an invoice in the mail this week. The Flores Group, Tony Flores. If you guys want to take a look at selling your home or working out maybe a deal where you need something in the real estate field, the Flores Group of Keller Williams, Tony Flores, Sarah Flores, and the group over there, Kate Holland, which we miss Kate. Fantastic bunch of guys. We also have C to Z Mechanical, our buddy Mark Newman that runs the Royal Purple Modified Series, the 17 car. He's also a sponsor of the show here. Lion Tamer Beard Care, Charmaine's. What is it? Lipstick?
Charmaine's shop. We make the
Charmaine's shop.
Charmaine's.shop. We make the lip balm, the lip salve. We got a couple other products in the works that'll be coming out here very soon.
Like I've told you before, incredible product. My wife is completely satisfied. She hates buying chapstick. She loves that stuff. Tells me to get her more.
I have satisfied his wife.
Somebody's got to do it. So,
He's satisfied. My wife satisfied him.
Right.
And then
nice.
You're satisfying his
It's like
wife.
a round robin basketball tournament around here.
I feel left out.
A lot of satisfaction.
Somebody's got next. FVP Parts.
Those guys are awesome. They came up and asked if we needed some more product.
We
got to give something away. Somebody said, let's do a trivia question real quick while we have the last 5 minutes here. You guys can type in on the right side of the YouTube page. All you have to do is log in. Let's do a trivia question.
Let's leave a question out there. Let's have them answer on our Facebook page because we are wrapping up. And then we can give it away because I've got to get new product from FVP. And that's like one of our last 2 bottles.
Donovan's using it.
And I am not gonna lie.
No, we're gonna get you.
I have used all of the additional.
Yeah, Super Clean works really well on driveways if you have oil stains. By the way,
I
pressure washer.
I had an entire engine worth of oil dump onto my driveway.
We all have. Every one of you out there has oil stains in your driveway.
I will
Super
tell
Clean
you,
is fantastic.
Our little samples of Super Clean went a long way, and I do not have any oil on my driveway
I'm
anymore.
sure the HOA just loves you right now.
Oh my god!
Yeah, that's half of Meridian's complaints right now. Is
Oh my god!
This is Donovan's grandmother's home that his mom now lives in. And this is the basement of Donovan's grandmother's.
I can smell the meatloaf right now. It smells good.
Ma! Where's that meatloaf? I need Wheaties. More.
Yeah. So something trivia wise to put on, we'll put up on the Facebook page as well.
Yes, watch the Facebook page. We're gonna do trivia on there. It'll be something weird because I'll probably make it up.
Because I'm gonna try to get some Splash products as well from FVP, which is their windshield wiper supplies. Because I think that's pretty cool stuff as well.
I do too. Everything they do is great, and they were awesome coming up and asking if we needed anything. So that's really cool.
Yeah.
So that's about all we got tonight. So watch the Facebook page, and within an hour, you'll see a trivia question up there. From everybody who answers correctly, we'll draw a number. Yeah. We'll pick one.
We'll do. We have a random Facebook generator for a picker, so we can put in all of the responses.
Random picker.
And from there, we'll get out some cool products. It might be throw in a little Lion Tamer and or a little Charmaine's as well into the winter pot. Make a little gift basket.
Charmaine.
That's his girlfriend from back in 1982. Charmaine.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay, so on behalf of DJ Everett, Todd Lebrani, Linda Everett, and my dog's outside begging to come back in, thank you for having for
We'll see you next week. Turn5.Live, getting ready for the 4th of July.
Have a good
Roll Purple Modifieds.
Roll Purple Modifieds next week. Having a great time. See you guys.
Monster trucks.
Monster trucks.